Great evening, great evening, great evening. Welcome to Gravity Talks. Woo! Woo! I'm your host, Vicki Yelverton, the proud CEO of Yelverton's Enrichment Services, where we've been providing behavioral health and physical health services to the community for over 15 years, and I'm so excited to be here tonight.
Hey, everybody, and I'm your host, Natasha Lewis. I'm a pastor of Temple of Deliverance Church. I'm also a mental health worker, and I'm super excited about the conversation and the guests that we have tonight.
Yes. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and jump right in and let my guests introduce themselves. We are so excited. We got some of the girls with us tonight. Yes. Last week, we had some gentlemen join us, and the week before that, I believe it was mental health in the barbershop. But tonight, the lady said, don't leave us out. We have something that we want to share too. So Let's go ahead and get this started. So let's start with, Wanda. Tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
My name is Wanda Lawrence. I am a master stylist and the owner of Salon 2001.
Woohoo! AKA my stylist. And what else do you do for fun, Wanda?
Huh?
What else do you do for fun?
Oh, just a little TikTok here and there. That's about it. That's all I can do right now during the pandemic. So,
I know that's right. Well, thank you, Wanda, for being with us tonight. Let's see. Tanika, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, I am Tanika Newkirk, and I am also a master stylist. I am employed at Salon 2001 with Miss Wanda. And I just recently became a licensed cosmetology instructor. So that's what I am. Yes.
All right. You've been busy, me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Miss Whitley, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Whitley Harwell, and I am a master stylist as well as a newly cosmetologist instructor. And I love the Lord, and I'm just on here excited. I've been in the industry for over 10 years, 10 years plus, and I'm just excited to talk about my purpose tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Whit. So again, the purpose of tonight and purpose of Gravity Talks is, of course, to destigmatize mental health, mental wellness, to continue to show that there is a bridge between mental health and all aspects of life, hence the salon. And one of the things that we wanted to share, and Lady and I have been discussing prior to tonight's show, is that there is a relationship between the stylist, or AKA the beautician or the magician sometimes, and individuals who may be going through life events. And so, they act as like a surrogate mom. Sometimes they add a surrogate sister, a surrogate therapist. And so we want to kind of talk about those things tonight. So without further ado, let's start with, the first correlation between y'all's connection to mental health. And so while it may be personal, maybe professional, some of you all may have worked in the field. Again, some of you all may have a loved one, or yourselves may be, continuing through your mental wellness journey. But share a little bit about your connection or understanding about mental health. So let's see. Whitley, I'm going to let you go first.
Well, my connection with mental health, I do believe that we all need to be aligned and balanced in our lives. So mentally, it's very important that we are tuned in to, our health. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, all of those things are aligned. And definitely with the salon, being in the salon, I've definitely felt like I have been a therapist. And you allow your clients to come in and just basically share their life, everything. You go through their life journey with them. So that's the beauty of being a stylist. You have to know how to handle those questions, handle those scenarios if they ask for the advice, but then know how to give room for them to express and not basically dump your life on them. So definitely with my mental health awareness, I have sought out therapy. I think that's a great thing. A lot of people think that it's not, and you're, crazy for doing that. But no, I think especially in our culture, we have to bring awareness to that.
Awesome. Okay. Love that thorough response. And thank you for sharing, because I mean, there's a lot of few nuggets that you threw out there that we're probably going to circle back to. So again, thank you, Whit, for sharing. Let's see. Tanika, tell us a little bit about your connection or understanding with mental health.
Piggybacking off of what Whitley said, it's just very important for us as the stylists to allow our clients to have that time when they're in the salon with us. As she stated, we never know what people are going through. And I like her, believe in balance. So I encounter lots of clients and, kind of help them through the different journeys they're on in their lives and stuff. So I believe that's my connection with mental health, just helping them with, making sure that their lives are balanced mentally and emotionally and spiritually and all of that good stuff.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tanika. Let's see. Wanda, what are your thoughts or connection to mental health?
Well, definitely what they said, but I experienced mental health more on a personal level in my family. I have had a couple of people in my family to be diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I see it firsthand. So I know how that is more on a personal level. But just like the girl said, even in the salon settings, you experience a little bit with that too. And so our customers, they tend to come in and share things with us, and we're able to help them in certain situations.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things too, like I know I look forward when I go into the salon, and it's kind of like that sense of community. And this is kind of what we shared with the gentleman when we did the mental health and barbershop segment. But the same goes into the salon. It's like a safe zone for us to talk about women things and talk about different scenarios or different things that we've been through and what's been on TV and our thoughts about that. And we look forward to that once a week or every other week opportunity to, I guess, fellowship, to get fellowship.
Yep.
And then oftentimes you be in that chair like, girl, so let me tell you what happened. One time with Wanda, and we be breaking stuff down, and then sometimes we phone a friend and we be like, Neat, what you think about something?
Right.
So, it's definitely a sense of community and that relationship amongst everybody in the salon. What you think, Todd? Because I know you be up in the salon too. Well, right now you on the braids, so.
Well, I was going to ask, what I was going to ask was kind of in relationship to what you guys were saying. Do you think it's so much more so of the conversation piece, or, that kind of brings them in on a consistent basis? Is that the relationship building? Do you think that's the most significant thing about coming in with your customers? I don't want to call them customers because you guys kind of make a community. So it's kind of like.
Well, I'll answer yes. I do feel like it is the customer service. Like you said, we don't like to call them customers, but I do believe customer service takes us as stylists further than being skillful, honestly. Wanda says that all the time. If you have good customer service, it's going to keep them coming back to you. So, yes, I do believe that that's a big part of being a part of the salon.
Now I heard you guys say the word master stylist. I know nothing about that. So where I come from, they call them hairdressers. So what exactly is a master stylist?
You from Henderson, so.
Well,
You don't mind.
I'll answer that.
Thank you.
I feel like if you have skill, especially in this industry, it is always evolving. It's always changing, trendsetters. So once you have mastered something or a different aspect, that maybe coloring, cutting, styling, if you've built your clientele, you are great at an entrepreneur, customer service, all of those things, then you've mastered it, or you're continuing to master it because you're always learning, always evolving. So I love that name, Master Stylist. I'm not just beginning. I'm advanced.
Okay.
She said it. She said it.
I know what I'm doing.
Give me all my title, okay?
She said it right. Every last one of them.
So it's no class to take to be classified as master. You classify yourself.
You your customers classify you too.
That's right.
They're gonna let you know if you master.
They're gonna let you know.
Okay, I'm gonna go left field now. So do you know people that call themselves master stylists and not really masters?
I'm a home master stylist. Okay?
Oh yeah, we got some STS stylists, them self-taught ones, but
Wait, you gotta explain that. What that means? STA?
STS, self-taught stylists.
Oh.
I don't want to call no names though, I don't call names, but
okay.
Your customers, you do hair so good that your customers, when they come into you, you motivate them to make them think that they can do what you do. They're self-taught, So
my guests, they come to me and they say, you know what, I can't do it like you, and I tell them you're not supposed to be able to.
Right. But they try. They
try. So what do you say?
Okay, let me hold on. I think I need to speak for the peoples because I am one of those SPSs. However, I work to partner with my master stylist, with whom is Wanda. So when I come in, I might help with the vision to bring the vision to life. But I know I'm limited on what I can do. I can't put no color, no head. I can't do my own perm. None of that. None of that. I understand that. Yeah. However, I just want to help make the vision come to life. You know what I'm saying?
So in translation, what this means is that you are a master stylist because you can help the STS fit what
we don't really help them. You know what I mean? We're not really helping them. You just got to name them something because it's all in their mind. They think that they are hairstylists. So.
And the crowd is going wild. They is laughing hysterically behind these STSs.
So where do you cross the line and just put your foot down and be like,
It's an inside joke.
So they don't know.
Huh? I mean, they know. They know now. You just got to give them that look sometimes.
Yeah,
when they come in, their hair all ate up because they've been at home, right, and doing all that, and want to give it a look. Talking about,
wait, hold up.
You be real nice with it now. You've been messing. How long has it been since you've been in here? You be like, Lord have mercy.
So real quick on the count of three, show me the look that you give them. 1, 2, 3. Let me see it.
I want to get this. You're like, really?
Wait, that's a long way. What do we got? Like,
oh, I'm mad.
Wow, so that's interesting. So it's good that you guys can laugh about it and everything like that. But I'm curious to know, since you guys are masters at this, like tell me your story. Like Tanika, what got you into styling? What made you want to be a master stylist?
Well, I have an aunt and a cousin who both are stylists. So growing up, Gosh, I can remember going into the salons with them as early as maybe 6. And so I guess because I was family and a child, they just had me in the salon all day waiting to get my hair done. And so I maximized my time and just kind of watched everything they did. I'm a visual learner. So I just watched everything they did, and it just inspired me to become a stylist. So in 6th grade, I was rolling hair and popping it in the microwave. Y'all remember those ponytails?
Yes, don't let them burn.
Yeah, don't let it burn. Them rollers get melted in that microwave. But so I was doing hair as early as like 6th grade, styling my hair and my mom's hair. So from middle school to high school, I was styling friends' hair. And so after high school, I was like, okay, styling is what I'm destined to do. So that's what brought me to the industry.
Did you find that it was hard to learn new styles at a young age, even before you went to like school and stuff, or were you able to just grasp it?
I was able to grasp it. I consider myself a creative person, so I can look at something and 9 times out of 10 duplicate it without even thinking about it. So no, I didn't find it hard.
So let me ask you one question. I got to know this. So did you make up a style that you just wore and, you wanted to be creative? And did you ever try that?
One time,
Uh-oh.
one time I called myself gonna cut my hair because I wanted a haircut, and my mom was like, "Oh, you're not getting your hair cut." So I cut it, and I had what we know as an asymmetrical. And she looked at my hair because I'm like, for sure she gonna let me go get it cut even. She looked at my head and said, "Go put a ponytail in that microwave." Yeah, so I call myself creating a style, but I was shot down by my mom. So
Oh, wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How about you, Wanda? Tell us your story. What got you into styling?
Well, naturally, I'm a real artist, so I can draw and paint and things like that. So I grew up in the projects, cannot afford to go to the salon. So I had two cousins, I'm sorry, who are hairstylists that's from DC. So I used to go to DC a lot and be around my two cousins, and that pretty much just watching them do hair kind of inspired me. So being that I can't afford to get my hair done, I had no other choice but to start doing my hair myself. And when I was doing it myself, of course, I incorporated the styles that's from DC. I'm from Kinston, so people would see my hair and be like, "Oh my God, your hair is cute." And so, who did your hair? And I was like, I did my own hair. They was like, "But can you do my hair?" And I'm like 15, at this time. And it's crazy because I can draw, so I couldn't afford a hair book. So I had to draw all my styles. I got a sketchbook and I just started drawing the style. So when the girls come to my house in the projects, I would show them the drawings of hairstyles. So that was my hair book. And so I built up a crazy clientele in high school, like 14, 15, doing hair at the house. People like showing me pictures now on Facebook, like, "Girl, you remember when you," and this is way before I even became a licensed stylist. So, so that's kind of like the beginning of my career.
Wow. Well, look, real quick. I want to ask this because one of our viewers asked, how many of y'all practiced on dolls and family members? Did you ever have to practice on dolls or family members?
I practiced on dolls.
Dolls, okay.
That doll back in the day when it was just the head. Remember, you bought you the head? I had the head.
Had the head, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, you said you did too?
I had family members. I had little cousins that I would make them sit down and get their hair braided.
Okay. And Whit, what about you?
Yes, friends. I would play in my friend's hair. One time I took their hair loose and my mom was like, "What did you do?" And we had to put their hair back before their mom came and got them. So definitely knew at an early stage that this was what I was supposed to be doing. Since 6, like Tanika, excuse me, I definitely was in the salon getting my hair done, got my first relaxer in kindergarten, and I was right there with my mom every week at her appointment, sitting there, bored, but paying attention. And I knew back then that this was something I wanted to do.
Wow. Well, I would have been down for getting my hair done for free. So y'all would have been able to practice on me. Y'all might would have been like, you need some more help, but that's all right. That's what the ponytails and the microwave was for. I'm going out now.
Well, Vicki, you did allow me to practice on you before when I was in school, I came to your house and played kitchen.
Yeah, we prayed. We prayed before you got started, but it turned out fine.
It did.
She's gonna be great. She's gonna be great one day.
I guess my high school people was my practice then.
High school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as far as that was so I guess Neek was the one that said 6 years old, or was it sixth grade? So like basically, did you always like grow up saying I always wanted to do hair, or was
I believe I did. Yes, I do. I believe I did. Yeah. From what I can remember, I was that girl. Like, I want to do hair when I grow up.
Wow. Okay.
So like for Wanda, did you look at it, even though you were doing it and you did it because, you couldn't afford to get it done? Did you think that you would make a career out of it?
No, because I thought I was going to be a artist. Like, I thought I was going to be painting and drawing and, but at that time, I realized real quick that, okay, you can do hair. You know what I mean? So I was just going to start doing hair just to, get me by. But then it just blew up and I just kind of like fizzled out with the whole art thing just a little bit. And of course, the more you're into things, the more people tell you how gifted and talented you are, with your craft. So, yeah, I made a career out of it, and it's been a blessing
ever since.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I can say, and like I said, I know all three of you ladies personally, that that is your gift, and it's a blessing that you all are masters in your gift. But you also have great personalities. Like y'all have great personalities for this line of work, because everybody ain't people.
Right.
And when your clients come in and they want to sit and talk, and despite of what you may be going through,
right,
you still have to be able to tend to them. So like, let's talk about this pandemic situation, because that was a whole new that cut us all off guard. Yes, let's all breathe before we.
Right.
Okay. Let's dive right in and talk about it, because I know that's one of the things that people want to hear about is fast forward to now. You've been doing hair for years, styling people's hair for years. And then all of a sudden this pandemic hit, something that we've never experienced before. Kind of talk to us about how that impacted your mental health, but then at the same token, how you think that could have also impacted your clients' mental health. So let's start with you, Wanda.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it came and when Governor Cooper slowly started shutting down everything, I was waiting for him to run them hairstylists' names, because I've been doing hair for 28 years, like nonstop, like never getting a break, doing tons of clients a day. So I think with me, I needed that. I needed that. To me, that pandemic was a blessing to me. I needed to get somewhere and sit down and take a break. I think that's God's way of saying you need a break, So to me, it was a blessing to me. That's how I felt. I was able to just woosah, exhale, and just reflect on life and, everything. So I felt like the pandemic was a blessing. I needed that. I needed that break for my mental stage, because you start to get burned out when you've been doing hair as long as I have. You're getting burned out and you start thinking about other avenues or other careers that you could possibly do, and I ran into another hairstylist about a week ago who had just gotten out of the industry. So we need that break. And sometimes when you be doing hair as long as we have and you are as good as we are, I think your clients don't realize how hard you work. They come with a lot of demands and it can be very stressful, so I needed to get away from them. And I was making it very clear, like everybody was hitting me up, girl, is you gonna do something at the house? Girl, call me, girl. You gonna sneak at the shop? No.
Right.
No, like I'm telling you, like I woke up every day, like, oh my God, I can't believe I don't have nothing to do, nowhere to go. So I was so relieved. I'm telling you, like I needed that.
Wow. Okay. So Nick, do you feel like you were at the burnout stage too, where you needed a break, or how was it for you?
I won't necessarily say I was at the burnout stage, but it definitely gave me a chance to reset. I've been a stylist for 18 years. And over the course of my years of being a stylist, you know, business change, you change, you grow, you evolve. And so this pandemic gave me a chance to reset my mind. It gave me a chance to reset how I run my business. And like Wanda said, it was a blessing for me. Again, like she said, I feel like God was telling me to sit down, because I didn't mention it earlier, but a few years ago, I had a few battles with anxiety and anxiety attacks. And so after those, I had to be intentional about, my time management and what I, put on myself and what I didn't put on myself. So it was hard to adjust in the salon because that's my livelihood. So, I might only want to take 6 or 7 clients, but because, I feel like, oh, I'm going out of town, or, my girls need something, I'm gonna take sometimes 4 and 5 extra clients a day. And so it was like, Tanika, you need to chill mentally. So
Wow.
this pandemic gave me a chance to really reset and take control of my business and how I run things. And it's been an adjustment for my clients. It has been an adjustment. But the pandemic showed me who my source really was. I
Mm.
lacked nothing during the pandemic.
Amen.
I didn't. And so the pandemic showed me, if you don't take those 5 extra clients this week, guess what? You're gonna be all right.
Right.
You're gonna be all right.
Man,
So it was a blessing. It was a blessing for me.
a blessing in disguise. Wow. Power.
How long were you guys out? How long were you
2
guys closed?
months. 2 months.
Too short.
Too short, right?
So how did the SPS look when they came
Oh my
in?
God. It was
I just
funny.
got
It was
that.
hilarious. It's amazing how much your clients love you and trust you. Because I had some clients didn't do anything to their hair the whole time. They just shampoo their hair. And I had a client who had a short haircut like mine. Literally, when she came in, she had an afro in the back, like a real afro, and it was like straight on the top and an afro in the back. But yeah, they
Straight on top and an afro. Okay, she couldn't get that halo. She couldn't get that.
no, she couldn't get no halo.
Right.
But customers, they, when you before the pandemic and they can't get their hair done, they be panicking. Oh my God, girl, you're gonna be out this day. And I think it really taught them that, okay, you're gonna be fine. You can do your hair,
Right.
like it's okay. And to be honest with you, some of them came back, like their hair was like really cute. Like they worked it during the pandemic. And those are the ones that was just like freaking out, like, oh my God. So I was glad that it taught them that they don't have to 100% depend on us all the time, because they act like the world is coming to an end if you're out and you miss one of their appointments.
Yes.
They
definitely do. I want to piggyback off of what you said, Wanda, because it's so true. And before the pandemic started, I actually shut my salon down and relocated here to Charlotte. And all of my clients, it was like saying goodbye to all of them. So very emotional. It was hard to tear apart those relationships, but it never gave them a chance to find another stylist. So in that midst of the pandemic, I was actually able to start a new craft and go into the education side. I was offered a full scholarship through an instructor program at Paul Mitchell, and I went through that and was still able to work. So thank God through that, and it was like timing was perfect. But my clients still came to see me here. They would drive the 3 hours to come to Charlotte. So, and then when the pandemic happened, everybody was shut down, and I would just send them tips and help them and FaceTime them and things like that. So we were still in contact, which was great.
Wow. Well, I think that I think at first, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at first it took us all off guard and we didn't know what to expect. I think we thought it was going to be worse than what it ended up, but we're so resilient.
Yeah.
Like, especially Black women are very resilient. And like you said, you were able to kind of take that time and kind of turn it back inward and saying, this is time for me to get some rest. My needs will be met. And that faith really had to be, faith of a mustard seed, because that's all we had at one point. I'm gonna plant this seed and pray, but it all worked out. It all worked out. And yes, while I missed my stylist, I went natural. I went full blown. Y'all see these edges. It was all right though, because I knew Wanda would be there at the end when we was able to get back in there.
So let me ask you, did y'all lose any clients that said, you know what, I don't need y'all no more?
I don't think it was they don't need us anymore, but we do have quite a few clients that are still hesitant about coming in the salon during this pandemic. So I don't know that they're lost clients, but they are still not coming into the salon, which is understandable.
Yeah, that's what I had experienced. I got quite a few clients that I have not seen since the pandemic, and I think it's just that they are just afraid. We live in a time that people, and I think because of our space is so confined and small, and a lot of people are afraid to be in that type of setting. So.
And I know right there, when we talk about have we lost clients or if they're just kind of in chill mode until things get better. Somebody, actually another streaming guest, and this is interesting because this is one of our male guests who asked, has the natural trend impacted your business and has it helped or hurt your business? And I say that because, as I just mentioned, a lot of people went natural. And sometimes when you cross over into natural, you say, I'm gonna stay natural. So has that impacted your business or has it helped or hurt?
It really hasn't impacted my business. I would say about 65% of my clientele are natural clients anyway. So even if they are doing protective styles or styling their own hair at home, I always strongly encourage coming in every 6 to 8 weeks to get that good shampoo, that deep conditioning, keep their ends trimmed. So I may not see them as often, but it hasn't hurt the business. They still come every so often.
Okay. What about you, Whit?
I think it definitely helped, especially keep us on our toes with doing natural hair. If that's the route that you want to do. I know some stylists that are like, no, I don't even want to do it, but you close yourself off to money, as well as, advancing your talents and your gifts. So learning how to do the natural styles, learning how to, wean somebody off of a relaxer, and coming up with different options, it definitely broadens your clientele and helps you as a stylist.
Okay. What do you think, Wanda?
Yeah, same thing with me. I had a few clients to go natural, but not natural as in they weren't natural styles, but just natural as in I still want to be straight, but natural. So no, I haven't lost any. I only had a couple of clients who locked their hair, but I don't do locks. So that's maybe 2 clients, but of course they get replaced for somebody else. So
I think you got a wait list.
Yeah.
2021.
So yeah, I don't feel like it has impacted at all. I haven't lost any clients, just gained a couple of people.
I love also too what Whitley shared is that you just kind of reinvent yourselves and kind of just keep your craft up. And like you said, even though you still have to learn how to do natural hair, even when they want it straight, you still got to you got to trim, you got to give the treatments, and a lot of that stuff we can't do at home. We can't send in the dryer that good dryer with that good whatever y'all use in the back. I be trying to look too and see what's in the bottles, but yeah. Okay.
And your flat iron just don't work like ours.
That flat iron.
Oh, it does not.
I'm gonna say this. I know you're about to say this, but I gotta say this. I gotta put this out into the universe. The flat iron don't work and the fingers don't work. Wanda could just do something. She'd be like, she'd run her hand through it, and I'd be like, that's a whole nother style. I couldn't do that. But y'all just anointed. Y'all got them anointed hands, boy. I tell you. Yes,
Right.
Yes, hands. Yes.
So I was gonna ask, like, what's the name of that style? That's the procedure. I don't know the name of it, but I'm saying procedure like it's a medical thing. But Wanda, where you were saying, stop laughing. I'm trying to get the terminology right. Where you said they want it straight, but they want to stay natural. What's that called?
It's just a flat iron, but some people call it silk press. Some people.
Yeah, I thought it had a name. You said it's just a flat iron. I thought it.
Some people call it some hairstyles call it a silk press or a blowout. You know, people got different names.
A press and curl.
Press and curl.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I thought it was a treatment you put in there.
No, see, that's something different. So you're talking about the Brazilian treatment. That's totally different from treatment because that's a chemical.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I told you I got some of my papers and I ain't finished school.
That's a chemical. It's a way that people want to be natural, but they still want a slightly a healthier chemical in their hair. So it's still a chemical that
they put in there. Okay.
Yeah. It's what's the name, y'all?
Keratin treatment.
Keratin treatment. Yeah.
Okay.
STS system. It helps keep it smoother a little longer. So maybe you can go work out a little bit, light workout, and not puff up or frizz.
Right.
See, and that's the conflict that a lot of us have is the sweat and the puffing. If you're trying to go straight and you spend all this money to go straight, but then you're trying to keep your body snatched, there's a conflict there.
Yeah.
And, you can't get in the water. You can't
got to pick and choose your struggle now.
Hard out here.
You got to pick and choose your struggle. Look, there's no product on the market that you're going to be able to go work out and and your hair going to stay right.
Look, Wanda did a style on me and it was similar to this, but it was all my hair. I ain't telling no secrets, but and she roller set it and it was cute. Yeah, but every 30 minutes, I saw these curls go from this to this. Mm-hmm. And just one by one, they started popping. And I was like, oh, no. She told you, girl, you're natural, honey. You're natural. I said, oh, Lord. So, yeah.
And then, and then in certain styles where you have to sleep funny, so you won't mess it up. And it's not as bad as it used to be. Yeah, that right there. See that? I feel like those type of things have an effect on the mental health as well. Because you pay all this money. I ain't talking about your prices with nothing, but you pay all this money and then you could sleep wrong and literally have to go back the next day. And so
I don't get rain checks.
You don't get rain.
You knew what it was when you left out of here. You saw it was raining.
Right. They try
specific instructions. Okay, you need to do this. You need to do that, this, and this. Now, if you break one of them rules, that's on you.
Right.
So they do still come back in there and try to get a refund or return or redo?
No.
They don't.
No.
Because what look are y'all going to give them? I love it.
So I want to ask this. Now, you ladies sound like you're hard-working women in the business, right? So when do you guys have time to actually learn new styles and new? Because if this is, I'm just curious. Like when the whole natural wave came in, it was just like, okay, we got to adjust and continue to make the money. But how did you learn to be that master at it? I love that word, master. By the way, I love it. Master.
Well, a lot of companies, especially now and before the pandemic, were offering different classes. So you have like your trade shows, your hair shows. They keep you abreast of the trends that are trending. And then now you have a lot of online platforms. A lot of companies are doing webinars to kind of keep us up to date with the trends. And believe it or not, state board actually requires stylists to obtain 8 hours of continuing education a year if they've been doing hair less than 20 years. So because of that law or rule or whatever, it kind of challenges and requires us to continue that education. So whether we want to make time or not, we have to.
Okay.
We have to. Mm-hmm.
And then when you see a new trend and it intrigues you, you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I think I want to at least try that. And this may be a service that I add. So you're always looking for ways to expand, to capitalize, to, just grow in the industry, because the industry is always evolving.
It is.
But we're living in a time now that the internet, social media, Instagram, it just puts everything out there. So if you are a visual learner like myself, like Neat said that she was, now we can just look at something and we just know how to do it just from just looking at it. So
because those days are over right now, at least where you go to these big expos.
Right, those are over right now.
Warner Brothers and them used to have the big expos in Atlanta, and the hair competitions and stuff. And so like now it's like, I mean, that was some of the fun stuff, the shows and stuff like that get hip to the new products. But like you said, Wanda, now you got to rely on the virtual piece of that. Okay.
I just had to know that, because I'm like, well, when did they do hair? You say you had 5 or 6 clients and then you had 4 and all that. I'm like, there's no time in the day, because you guys are off like what, 1 day a week?
2 days.
I work 4 days. Me and Neat work 4 days a week. So I'm Tuesday through Friday.
What's your schedule with?
I'm off on Sundays and Mondays. Unless I have a wedding or something like that, then.
So what do y'all do for self-care? Like, your day, you're in the shop from sun up to sundown.
Not only that, but they're also where people go for self-care. Like y'all discuss first.
Right.
Y'all own hair or does somebody else do it?
Well, Wanda is my stylist.
Oh.
So
Wanda's my stylist too.
I do my own. Whitley's my stylist.
Yeah.
Wait, before y'all answer that though, it used to be, I'm not saying it today, I'm not saying yesterday or last week. It used to be that the stylist could do amazing hair, but then
right. I think those days are gone.
Right. They hair would, you be like, you do hair?
But those are the best ones. Those were the best styles to go to. The ones hair that was jacked up.
I know.
They were busy
because they too busy to get their hair done.
I know. I was just
what the
bringing it
wigs
up.
are for.
That's what?
Pop a wig on your head if it's bad.
And from what I heard, it's hard for y'all to trust other stylists, because like y'all are very meticulous about how you do hair. And so you want somebody that can cut, that can trim, that can color like you would do someone else's hair. So is that also a reason why sometimes you end up doing your own hair?
I believe so.
Yeah. And then we just don't have the time. It's hard for us to adjust our schedule to go get our hair done. So it takes me like 3 days to do my hair.
Wow.
I'll put the perm in today. So I might cut it tomorrow and then style it on the 3rd day. So it's it's hard to even in the salon for us to do each other's hair. When you're in the same salon with a stylist, it's hard.
So going back, so we know part of self-care is getting your hair done, because I know that's my self-care, keeping my hair done. But for you all, so then what do you tap in? I know Neat exercises.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So tell us a little bit about that, Neat.
I try to exercise. I also make time for one of the things Wanda taught me when I started working at her salon was, that she doesn't work on Saturdays. And so when I started having kids, that was one of my things. I was like, I don't want to be that stylist that never has time for anything but styling hair. So I've had to be extremely intentional about it. So on the weekends, I'm spending time with family. I'm out of town. During the week, every now and then I need a good girls lunch or girls night out. So I make sure at least once or twice a month I get with my girls like, hey, it's time. And we get together and we vent to one another, kind of like the clients do to us. I have that venting session with my girls. So that's another thing. And recently I made it my business to join a massage club. So I go get massages once a month now. So
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying because my mental has to be top notch right now.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be. So, yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you for sharing. Whitley, what about you? What do you do for self-care?
Well, definitely working out. Oh,
No, go ahead. I'm talking to this.
definitely
Let me talk.
working out. I'm huge with nutrition, which is another stream of income with me. I definitely love God, so I'm always, reading and praying and worshiping, and I do that on a regular to keep my mind straight. And hanging out with friends, just making sure that positivity is always flowing into my life, and spending time with my mom. I'm single and I don't have any children, so I have a little bit more time on my hands. So definitely making sure that I'm focusing on Whitley in this season of my life, and making sure that I'm always growing. And right now I'm actually transitioning away from behind the chair. And that's a beautiful thing about this industry, is that there's a huge umbrella with cosmetology, and being able to do so much more. So I'm tapping into that education side. I'm really excited about where God's going to take me with that. So
Also, and also I might plug that to bring the correlation together. Natasha Whitley was one of the people that were supposed to ride with the Snatchables.
and I did, and I was in a training session.
She did do a training. She didn't get her 3 in, but you did. Then you ride twice.
I rode one time and we did 9 miles, me and Sherry. Shout out to Sherry, my client who comes to me every week. Hallelujah.
Yes. But I just want to put a face with a name that Whitley was supposed to be on the Snatchables crew.
I'm coming back. I'm coming.
Okay.
My bike was down.
She had a mountain bike, y'all. She had a mountain bike.
But I'm coming.
Thank you, Sarah, ma'am. Miss Lewis, I'm sorry. What was it that you wanted to share?
We know you're free on Sundays and Mondays, so want to bring that up. Okay. All right. So I was gonna ask Tanika, and actually it's a great question for everybody. And because I've been cut off several times by I'm going back to all my questions that I had earlier, follow up. But Tanika, you said that, when you get with your girlfriends, you're able to vent like your clients do with you. So when you guys are communicating, is there like a boundary or a line of, what you are transparent about with your clients? Do you like not go in certain areas and like, that's cross the line?
Like you all said early on, we've built a community. So the majority of my clients have been clients for 10 plus years. So they're practically family. I do know, however, things that I've experienced wasn't just for me. So I make it my business to share. I'm pretty transparent. There are boundaries, but I am pretty transparent with my clients, especially if I feel like it's going to help propel them to their next level in whatever it is they're experiencing. So I have boundaries, but I'm pretty transparent. So depending on the situation, they may get all of the story and they may get bits and pieces of the story, but it'll help them overall. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Wanda?
Yeah, the same thing. A lot of our customers, I get a client to remind me every week when she get her hair done that this is her me time. This is her mental. Hold on one second, y'all. My little battery thing told me it's running low. Hold on.
No problem.
That's true.
She reminds me every week that coming to the salon, it helps her mentally. That it gets her away from her family, her kids, and I think we don't realize how much of an impact that we have on our customers. Because I realized a long time ago that Black women don't really pamper themselves. They don't really go to spas a lot. So the only time they get time to themselves is when they are in the salon with us, you know, and so that's what I've experienced.
How about you, Whitney?
I think it adds a huge aspect in knowing that your clients depend on you. And I know as a former salon owner, it was my duty to make sure that the atmosphere was peaceful and very inviting. I did not tolerate a lot of gossip, a lot of loud talking, kids running around, and any stylist that, you know, was there with me for years or, you know, booth rented, they knew I didn't tolerate within your purpose and doing what you're supposed to be doing.
So what, because I know that, like I said, I know you all have encountered a lot of deep conversations with people. Share with us, perhaps, you know, without naming any names or anything like that, what would be one of the most challenging conversations or encounters that you've had working in the salon? And let's see, you can start with you, Neek.
Okay. I can't say it was challenging at the time, but it was challenging after finding out what happened. But years ago, I had a client who unfortunately murdered her child. And after murdering her child, I later found out she was still coming to the salon getting her hair done. As if nothing had happened. So again, I knew nothing at the time she was coming to get her services done. But after learning what happened, that was pretty challenging because I would have had no idea I was styling, you know, someone's hair that had killed their child, and hadn't, you know, been, you know, they hadn't found out yet. So that was challenging after the fact. Yeah, that was pretty challenging after the fact because, again, I never knew. So I had no idea what her mental state was when she was in the salon or anything, you know. So that was challenging. That was a challenging time.
Wow. And I'm sure you played back in your mind the conversations you would have with her, just seeing
Yes.
if you saw any warning signs or any, you know, any indicators that there was some instability going on there.
And it was, I could think of nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
But
Yeah.
you guys are making that atmosphere and that environment, and she was probably coming just to release.
She probably was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just think back, I know you probably played that for months in your head. Like, we talked about this on Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday. That is interesting.
It was surreal at the time. Like, what? Yeah, it was surreal at the time. Yeah.
Wow.
Did it kind of get you on edge a little bit and just kind of make you look at things a little bit differently?
No, it made me amp up my prayer when clients come in. It just made me pray a little bit more. It made me pray, you know, for God to cover us a little bit more. Because again, thank God he had us covered. She didn't come in and try to do anything to us, you know. But it just made me amp that up just a little bit more when I go to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, definitely we need to stay in prayer, and thank you, Neek, for praying for your client.
Yes.
Wanda, do you mind sharing with us, you know, any encounter or any trying conversation that you've had with a client or in the salon?
I think the most challenging thing when clients come in and talk to you about their marriages, you know, their relationships, and what I've learned is I think some clients have worn out their friends. They've worn out their families as far as telling them. I think I had a client, I know I've been doing her hair for, I know, at least 15 years of going through with the same person. So can you imagine 15, 16, 17 years of talking to your friends, and your friends don't even want to listen to you anymore. Like they're tired, and you gotta kind of balance when someone is talking to you about their relationship, because you're not that friend, you're not the cousin, you're not the mom, so you can't respond to them, because that's why they're talking to you, because they can't talk to nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to be very careful about the advice that you give that you're not giving, and so to me that's a little challenging, because sometimes when people are talking to you, you do want to kind of say, girl, if you don't leave that nigga alone, like really in your mind you saying like, look girl, look, but you know that you can't say that.
Right.
And you know that at this moment you're all they got. I got a client, my ears is all she got. She don't have nobody else to talk to, because she told me that all her friends, nobody else don't want to hear her stories no more.
Wow.
They tired. She has drained them. So you just kind of got to balance that out, and and just really listen to people. So like I said, it's really hard when people really get deep and very personal, with their marriages and their relationships.
Wow.
Do
Okay.
you have any like regrets though? I heard you say like you can't tell them that. You can't tell them that.
No, you can't.
But then
I
like
don't. I just listen. You learn to shift with your customers, and you learn, just to shift with everybody, because you are a different person. Like, you are a different stylist. If you got 12 clients that day, you have been 12 different people in that day.
Yeah.
So you have to be, just different with everybody, and so, yeah, I just go on 16, 17 years and I keep listening to the same story, but that's what we do.
Did you raise a good point? Because just saying what Neek shared and what you just mentioned before we let Whitley share, is y'all are dealing with spirits too, right? You had 12 clients that day, you didn't encounter 10 to 12 spirits.
Right.
This right there, I'm gonna hold that, because that warrants the part two. Definitely.
Yes.
That part of it all, because
Yeah.
that's a whole nother level. When you're dealing with people and you like, what? And they just acting, the energy is off, but you still have to provide them with a service, or do you make the decision not to? So like that, I think we're gonna hold it. Y'all marinate on that, because that's something we probably need to talk about in our part two.
Okay.
So thank you, Wanda, for sharing. So what would you say has been like a tough encounter or conversation?
So dealing with a lot of my clients who may have encountered illnesses, and then I'm like one of the first people they share it with. And then, just depression, or just not knowing their self value, or just everyday weight that's on them. And early in my years of styling, I had to realize that when I listened to them, I would take it on. And I would feel heavy, and I would be crying, and I would, after I finished them. But I realized there's a lot of contact, and that's kind of going into what you were saying. There are spirits on them. So I would pray over them while I'm shampooing their hair, and they didn't even know. Or, while I'm styling their hair and they're talking to me, I'm just, praying over them in their situation. And I'll speak life into them, not necessarily speaking detailed into their situation or what I feel like they should do, unless they ask for my specific advice. But then we go into, okay, I'm talking to you as your friend now and not your stylist, but just out of love. But we are definitely people who feel the what they're going through as well as we hear it too. So I had to learn how to release that and not take that with me home or carry that, because I would be thinking about my client that just left me for hours and days, and I had to learn how to let that go and give it to God on their behalf.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, you guys kind of learn how to filter
Yes.
and release for the day, and just kind of okay. And I like also how Wanda was saying that she would become different people, and I think that not saying this personality thing, but just to kind of be able to switch it on and switch it off. It gives, to me, it kind of gives that level of, adjustment and being able to just kind of work through things. Because I've seen some stylists that just have attitudes all the time, and you're just like, everything all right? I'm not sure if I need to be here and pay you.
I don't think I want you working on my head.
Right.
No.
Attitude.
They don't talk to you and things like that. So it's just interesting, the different encounters. Moving from city to city and having to try someone new and all those things. So that's great. I like the flexibility that you guys are able to offer. But I do want to ask this, just a scenario, if y'all don't mind, just one or two. But what happens when somebody comes in and they bring now I know all of you are masters, right? Okay. All right. I know y'all. We got 18, 29, teaching school. We got professionals on the panel. So what happens when somebody comes in with a style, right? And they say, I want you to do this to my hair. But out of all the praying that you do over there, and anointing their head and everything while they in the bowl, and Tanika praying over later on, all that praying, it's not possible. How do you tell them this?
Easily.
What you say with one sentence?
Easily, very easily.
I would say, this is not a strength of mine. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to do this on you today. So, let's pick something else. Or how about we do this? Or,
Okay. I like that.
Whoa. I ain't finished. Hold on. Round two, Whitley. It's not a strength of yours, but you just did her hair like that a minute ago.
Now, why you do me like that?
Scenario.
Now, I have had some styles that I practiced on some clients with, and they know, and they'll allow me to be, they will be my guinea pigs. But if I post it, it depends. If I'm posting it on social media, then I can do it. But there's just some things, even after doing it, even if I've done it, it's mentally tiring to try to, like, feed in braids. That's not my ministry. So I've tried it, and it looked okay. My clients liked it, but then it's so much mental work for me to try to do it. My self-care says no. And I refer them to somebody else.
That's right.
Just being honest with yourself, because at the end of the day, it's so many stylists that try to do things and they say they can do things, and that's being dishonest, and you just want that money, and that's not a great way of doing business.
Okay. So what do you think, Nate?
I agree with Whitley. In some styles, I'll just let them know I'm a very honest stylist, and I'll just tell them, listen, we're gonna try to find a style that fits you, a little bit better, or that will enhance your overall look. Sometimes, and honestly, sometimes they have to consider, like we said earlier, your lifestyle, where you work, your job, your career. You have to consider all of that. So if it's something like that, I'll break it down for them like that, and they'll say, you know what, you're right. Let's do this other style. So yeah,
I like that.
Whoa! I ain't finished. Wait. So what if they say, okay, let's do that? They come up with what you said, right? They got that. Then you turn around and bring the mirror. Pow! Then they don't like it.
Well, since we're here, I've had that happen.
Since we're here,
I've had that happen before. Wanda was in there. Boy, that was funny to me. And I believe this client had some mental issues going on. And here's why I say that. She came in, she asked for the style. Very simple. But she was an older client. And in our salon, we no longer use the Marcel irons. Those are the irons with the stove that you click like this. You curling. You click, you spin them around, you curl. we don't have those in our salon. So I believe she was looking for that. She did not trust. She was a new client walking. She did not trust that I was going to be able to achieve the style she wanted with just my flat iron. I knew I could, but she didn't trust it. Understood. You don't know me. That's fine. So once I finished her hair, she came from under the dryer, and I like to confirm, is this how we're going to style your hair? She looks at me and says, you know what? I knew you weren't going to do my hair right anyway. I'm not paying you. I said, yes, ma'am, you are. Because if you don't pay me, I'm going to call the police. She looks at me and says, well, call the police because I'm not going to pay you. She got her stuff. She left out that salon. She did not pay me. But here's the kicker. She came back into the salon about, a month later, Wanda?
Uh-huh.
And came in there as if she had never been in our salon before.
Wow.
And Wanda and I were looking at each other like, I'm sorry. You were just in here showing out. Are you really in here again? And she acted as if she did not have a clue as to where she was. So that's happened. And when it happens, I did call the police. And they told me to file a civil suit, and it was going to cost more than what the cost of her style was. I was just like, forget it. But so it's happened, and I just had to take one for the team.
But that's a good point because that's a lot of pressure. I think like Whitley hit on it, and then you also touched on it, that the stress of every time you do someone's hair, especially a new client, because your existing clients, how they flow.
Right.
But new clients, you don't know what they want, or when they say they want this, and you're like, and when you give them something different, it's like what we said earlier, this ain't the magic shot, this is the beauty shot. What is it?
Right.
Some people don't have a sense of reality when it comes to hairstyle.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've been delivered from that.
Like they'll bring a picture in of Beyonce, and you like, okay, you want your hair, or you trying to look like her? What in this picture do you like?
Right. You'd be like, that's going to be 5 bundles, right?
Right.
5. So what do you think, Wanda? What do you think?
Well, I'm normally, Nick know me, I'm just straight honest because I've been in business. My clients get on me because they was like, girl, you be keeping it real. Like, I don't have time to waste. My time is money, and I'm not ready to sit here and be sweating bullets on nobody's head, trying to give you what you think that you can have. Yeah. So I have lost a client or two with my honesty because I'm just straight, just blunt with people. And I remember
what'd you say?
Like a few years ago, right? So I had this lady, she came in the shop, like what she said, that scenario when they see it on somebody else. So the little girl got her hair done. And the little girl had a different texture of hair. And I don't think clients understand grade and texture, So she came in with her daughter, and she saw that I just finished this young lady, and she was like, I want my hair. She want her hair just like that girl over there. Ma'am.
Tell me about that hair.
Ma'am, your daughter hair texture and her hair is totally different. They have 2 different types of hair. So your daughter hair is not going to look like that. I didn't ever see that lady again. She did not like the fact that I told her that her daughter just didn't have that.
She thought about her baby.
Yeah.
My baby.
Yeah, girl. I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't. She's not going to be able to get that style. She don't have that hair. And this is before people was like wearing weaves and you adding in to make your hair look like that. This is before that era, before the weave era came. So
thank God.
I tell them, look, I can't put New York in Raleigh. I just can't do it.
Right.
Wait a minute.
I
I'm
love
not
it.
gonna.
I love
I
it.
can't do that.
I love it. Okay. So Todd, did she answer all your questions? Because I got one last question before you bring us a full circle.
But the child was there. The child heard you.
Yeah, the child heard me.
But the baby probably didn't want that style. She probably wants some pink ponytails or something.
I just had to tell her because I was not. I'm telling you, you don't understand. When you get a customer in there who's adamant about a style that they cannot get, and you be sitting up there looking crazy and sweating under your arms and sweating bullets, trying to achieve something for them, I'm not about to do that. Like,
No.
I'm not about to do that.
I know that's right.
But
I ain't about to do that.
I gotta ask this. I think you can have the next. I'm gonna go. So, has it been ever a situation, a texture, and you get just looked at it and you was like, I can't do it.
I can't do it. Yep. Say it all the time.
She run them
Say it
fingers
all.
through it. First you run them fingers through and you be like,
I can't do it.
So somebody can come to you and you do like that, and if they stop, you get out. You got to go.
I don't put them out. I just tell them I can't. Matter of fact, I just had something like that happen recently, 2 weeks ago.
what happened?
This girl came. She came in and she had just taken. I haven't seen her in years. I know at least about 10 years that I have not seen this customer. So she come back and she was like, "Hey, Wanda girl." I was like, "What's up, girl? What we gonna do today?" Because I haven't seen her in a long time. So I gotta do this quick consultation. And she said, "Girl, I've been wearing braids." So when she took the braids out, she come in. She's natural. The top of her hair looked like it came out from stress. The top of the hair was like real little. And then she had like hair coming from the side and she had this real short hair in the top. And I said, "Girl, so what we gonna do? You gonna cut the sides?" She said, I ain't cutting my sides off to even up that top. I said, "Well, is we gonna relax it?" She said, I said, "So then what are we gonna do?" I said, "Well, I can't do nothing for you today besides trim your ends and send you on up out of here. That's all I can do." Like
that part.
Like I can't relax it. I can't cut it. She said, no, I ain't cutting it that short. So are we gonna relax it? No, girl, I want to relax either. So what are we gonna do? But I'm gonna tell you what we are gonna do. I'm gonna trim your ends. I'm gonna shampoo your hair, and I'm gonna send you out of here. Cause that's all I can do.
And what she say?
She said, "Okay." And she, I didn't have no choice.
But wait, I gotta ask this, and this is I just want to know what it looked like when she left. You said it won't nothing up here, and then
look, I advised that she put some more. I advised her to put more braids back in her hair and let that top part see can it meet the size one day. See can they come together one day. So that was my advice. Get it shampooed, trim your ends, and just put your braids back in your hair until your top part decide it wants to join the size. Then you come back.
But Wanda called it. She said perhaps from stress or what have you.
Right.
Ma'am, this is what's going on, and it's not going to get any better because that stress up here is going to end up proceeding on the rest of your head. So Wanda tried to come up with a solution, and she wasn't able to receive that at the time. So you did her justice. You washed it, you trimmed her, and I see you.
But sometimes people think that, if the stress does that, if they put something in it, it's going to make their hair fall out even more.
But she didn't. Some people, they really come in that they don't have a sense of style. And so some people do come in with some very, very unrealistic expectations. Like they think that we are, what is it? Magicians. Yeah. Like they really think that. And they get it twisted when you are a great stylist. They think that you can just work a miracle, but you just got to be honest with people. And that's just the bottom line. You have to be honest with people.
Have to be honest.
And doing a thorough consultation and really sitting down and talking to people and I still ask to this day, if I've done them for years, what's the goal? Like, what are your goals?
I asked that too.
Right.
What do you want in this season of your life? Are you trying to, what kind of change are you making? And if you've built a relationship with people, you tell them, they know you're gonna be honest with them. But even with new people coming in, you let them know, I'm not gonna pretend like this is gonna look good on you.
Right.
And I know for a fact that, I'm the professional, and I can see a vision, a goal, and I can hear a little bit about what you want and what you desire, and we kind of meet in the middle. And after they come and after the conversation, either they're gonna say, okay, this is gonna work, or it's not gonna work, but most of the time it works. And they always come back and say, you were right. And I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, for sharing. We have a platform of some knowledge here, and I'm loving it. This is awesome. Like Vicky said earlier, that we got to come back, because I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna talk about what we talk about, the spirits, right?
Spirits, yeah.
But then what I want to talk about, and I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna talk about some tips, and I ain't gonna bring it up. But if y'all want to answer, I ain't gonna say that. But and then we got a few more things that I want to talk about as well. But so if we do something again, y'all gonna make time for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
America heard you. America heard you.
So do we get a discount if we come to you?
My mentor said there are no discounts.
No discounts. We don't do that.
They ain't got no problem paying my prices.
We are the least respected industry. That I say that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna save it for full circle.
I just asked. I want to get one for real.
What do you have for us on the full circle?
I was getting ready to go to the full circle. Gosh, I don't want them to think I'm trying to get a discount, but I know people are always looking for a hookup.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Natasha got a head full of hair. Y'all better charge her extra.
I already seen that hair. I seen her without them braids.
I said I was joking, okay? It was just a joke. It was for laugh, okay? That's all it was. Okay, so for our full circle today, ladies, this has been an awesome, great discussion. I've learned so much. Can't wait to one day come and visit one of you guys. I got to see who's going to be in my budget, because I'm telling y'all, my and teachers and all y'all sound like it's gonna cost to be the boss right now. However, there are some young people that are considering doing hair. There's some young people,
more seasoned people, older people.
It's never too late.
Oh, if you think they're gonna bring the Jerry curl back,
they might. I don't think it ever left.
It's not gone.
It's not gone. Curl.
We don't do it.
Okay.
I don't offer curls.
Y'all don't know how to do it? Y'all masters.
I know how to do them.
Okay.
But I don't offer that on my menu. No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, full circle is, there are a lot of young ladies and men that are aspiring to do this. So my question today, full circle, it takes about 60 seconds, no more than 90 seconds. But in your response, I would like for you to give some advice to those that are aspiring to be master stylists and teachers and educators in the field and in the industry that you guys work in. What would be your advice to them? And I want to start with Whitley, since she's smiling. Come on, Whitley, share with us.
Well, I love this question because this is actually what I was doing. I was an enrollment leader at a school, so I was always talking to prospective cosmetologists. So my advice was always to be coachable, teachable, never stop learning. Know that you have to start in the beginning. You have to learn. You gotta set your foundation before you can jump and start owning a salon or being that entrepreneur that you really have to absorb from people and gain that wisdom, gain that skill. That this is an industry that you're not always you shouldn't just want to do it because you want to get paid. This is something that needs to be your passion, that you would do it even if it was pro bono and you weren't getting paid, because the money will come. If it's really your passion, your purpose, then you'll want to do it. The reward is more than money. The money, like I said, will come, but knowing that you're impacting people's lives, that this isn't just a job, this is or a career, this is really a lifestyle. This is something that we eat, breathe, sleep, and enjoy doing, and we take very seriously, regardless of what other people may see, think, or tell you as a aspiring stylist or cosmetologist or instructor or educator, whatever your dreams are. But know that this is a $1 trillion industry and the world is yours. You can do it, and I'm here. I love to mentor people. Salon_W and all things with grace.
Awesome. Thank you, Whit.
All right.
I love that. Thank you so much, Whitley.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That was beautiful. That all styles with grace. That's I love that. Okay, Wanda the artist.
I just always tell people, I have mentored quite a few young stylists, people that's trying to get in the industry. And just the same thing that she said, that you have to absorb from other people. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to ask. And this is your baby. Like, being a hairstylist is your baby. And the thing with us, when you don't have nobody micromanaging you, it's hard. So you have to treat it just like it's your child. You know, you got to stick to it, and you got to remain professional at all times. You know, so I think that's what got me through and to be successful as I am, because I tried to be professional, and I tried to, you know, teach people how I want to be treated. You know, if I was to go to a salon to get my hair done. So it's your baby.
That's true.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Wanda the artist. Thank you. All right, Miss Tanika.
All right. I love this question, like Whitley said, because I too, as she stated, I educate aspiring hairstylists. So I have this talk with them often. Every time we meet, I'm giving them some piece of advice. So what I would tell the aspiring hairstylists that are watching, I would say, one, be yourself. Customer service is number one. Customer service is number one. Always be yourself. Don't get engulfed with the pressures from social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's easy to compare yourself to other stylists, to other industry leaders, but don't get caught up in that. Being yourself will get you further than anything else in this industry. Your clients will appreciate your authenticity, and just being honest and real with them. I would also say to aspiring stylists to always communicate. Communication is key in any relationship, and it's the same in this industry. You have to be able to effectively communicate with your clients, with coworkers, or with whomever else you come in contact with. So that would be my advice. Like she said, this is $1 trillion industry, and the world can be yours. So that is my advice to aspiring stylists. You may find me at www.iamneekstyles.com. I am also on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Awesome. So Wanda the artist, did you share your tags?
No, I'm not. I'm good.
You don't.
TikTok.
Do you say what, Vicky?
Right.
TikTok.
Y'all can follow me on TikTok.
Right.
Wanda the artist. That's it. But I'm not taking a new client, so that's why I didn't give out any information as far as that.
I'm not either.
No new customers.
No.
Y'all did all this good talking, and now want me to tell people out here.
No new friends. No new friends. No.
No new friends. Doing hair is like dating. It's meeting new clients. It's like you're
And
on a date.
Pandemic. It's a pandemic.
It is.
Okay. Fair enough. I ain't coming. I ain't gonna
send them all to her.
Look, I'm selective and booked up for the next 2 months, so they may not be able to get in right now with me either, but they have my information. So
thank you, Tanika, for these.
I can just make people laugh right now. That's all I can do.
That's great though. That's awesome. But y'all did just warm us up and let us know how good of a stylist y'all was. Then turn around and say, nah, y'all. you can't come. But it's okay. Thank you, Miss Wanda. I appreciate that information. So, Miss Vicky, what you got for us? Closing out, full circle.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to thank all the lovely ladies for joining us tonight. Woohoo! Thank you so much for being ready, willing, and able to join us without hesitation. Each one of you all said, "Sure, I'd love to do it." So thank you all so much. A wealth of knowledge, which I knew that would be the case. That's why we wanted you on the show. Great personalities, y'all brought the real. Y'all brought the thunder and you brought the laughter. And that's a great combination for a Gravity Talk show. I will say that, I have mixed feelings about the pandemic. Of course, I went through withdrawals when things had to transition. And, but, I understand the self-care that you all needed and the time you needed to kind of get a chance to take a break. Because you all do work very, very hard. And, I was being selfish, I'll admit. I speak for myself, but I'm sure other clients probably feel the same way. But, I'm glad that the pandemic worked itself out to where it gave you a chance to get some rest. Because it's important that you all take care of yourselves so that you can, in turn, be good for us. And when you open your doors back and welcomed us with open arms and masks, and Lysol and wipes and bleach. We were excited to get in the shop, like you would think it was the apple when it was like, okay, my books are open. But I do feel that y'all are essential workers. And I say that meaning a lot of people like myself, because we do lean on you all for part of our self-care, again, that was missing when the pandemic initially hit. And so we just didn't have an outlet to be able to go and fellowship, but also we didn't have a way to keep ourselves, looking beautified. But like you said, we were able to dig deep within ourselves and find other ways to make it work. So thank you for that encouragement. I also want to share that when we look at hosting the part 2, we're going to bring y'all back with some of the guys from the barbershop. I think that would be a great conversation. We're going to make this thing public because some of the things, y'all have a lot of common things, a lot of things in common, but some things are different. And so I would love to kind of see what the guys' version versus the girls' version is. And we're going to have it live. We're going to pop off. We're going to end this year with a bang. So that will be one of the shows that we'll look to feature where we have it co-ed. All right?
Like that.
Okay.
Cool deal. Well, thank you again, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. In our closing for tonight, we just want to say, hey, guys, thank you so much for participating. Not only that, I'm going to give my testimonial. I had left y'all a long time ago, a couple of years. I said, you know what? And I saved a whole lot of money. But, just going natural. And I had this huge afro and I saved that. And then when the pandemic came and I was forced beyond my control to get my hair braided, they told me that I could not be natural and any longer. And so it's been a challenging time for me now.
Who told you? Who told you that?
I'm gonna give letters like Wanda did. VSY. So I'm gonna need you to do something with that. And so all my saving money changed. And so, but it's been good though to reconnect and everything. Because I had no idea what I was doing. I will tell you this real quick. I decided I was going to straighten my hair, right? So I went and I bought this flat iron. Okay, so it was the wrong flat iron, right? So then they called me and said, "No, you got to get different flat iron." So then I had it in my mind.
Tell them why it was the wrong flat iron.
Can I finish? Let me see why you keep interrupting me.
Proceed.
We're doing good. We're doing good. So then they helped me find this good flat iron, right? And I was like, I'm doing it. Today is the day. And so it's like, okay, all right, okay, just call me if you need some help. I said, okay. So, and then they said, you got your dryer? I said, dryer? I didn't even know I needed a blow dryer.
Oh my God.
It was a steam flat iron. So I thought that I could do it wet. So, make a long story short, It changed my life. And I knew then that was not my calling. And you guys are gifted for that. And we will not let you guys go out of business. I want you to know that. I just definitely want you to know that. So I respect you all dearly and appreciate you. And I just wanted to say thank y'all for keeping us looking good. Thank y'all so much. Even though those of us with natural hair have to come to you more frequently if we want straight hair, but we still thank you. Thank you. And this is coming from America. This is coming from America.
Thank you.
Okay, let me stop that. But again, ladies, thank you. It was fun. Can't wait to do this again. And you guys just continue that self-care and take those breaks as needed. Y'all looking good. Stay good. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in on next Monday at same time, same place. We are doing mental health and what, Vicki?
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise. Okay, we're doing mental health and it's a surprise. That means I'm going to be surprised too. Also, tonight at 9:00, we're going to do a quick 10-15 minute after talk where we're going to talk about what they talked about. And we're going to give our review of what they talked about at 9, same place, right here, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. So tune back in with us again. And guys, remember, 2 of them aren't taking clients, and 1 of them is. Y'all need to start, you can get up in 2 months. You probably can get it, so start now so you can get on her book. But the other 2,
I'm taking clients.
Yes, Vicky got it.
My book wide open.
She got her STS.
Right.
So she good. She good.
So y'all have a good night. Thank y'all so much.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.